Have you ever felt knocked down by life's challenges and wondered why some people seem to bounce back stronger while others struggle to recover? Have you watched others navigate difficult situations with grace and composure while you felt overwhelmed? What if I told you that mental resilience isn't just something you're born with, but rather a skill you can develop and strengthen over time, just like building physical strength at the gym? If you're looking to build your mental toughness and learn practical strategies for bouncing back from life's setbacks, you're in the right place. This is a straightforward, no-fluff summary of Developing Resilience, a Cognitive-Behavioural Approach by Michael Neenan. I've distilled this complete book into a bite-sized format under 15 minutes, focusing on the most valuable insights that you can start applying today. If you find value in this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, let's dive right in. Michael Neenan, a renowned cognitive behavioral therapist with over 3 decades of experience, begins by challenging a common misconception about resilience. Many people believe that resilient individuals never struggle or feel emotional pain, that they're somehow immune to life's difficulties. The truth is quite different and much more encouraging for those of us working to build our resilience. Resilience isn't about being invulnerable to stress or negative emotions. It's about how we respond to and recover from challenging situations. Think of resilience like a rubber band. It's not about being unbreakable, but about having the flexibility to stretch under pressure and return to form. This metaphor is particularly powerful because it acknowledges that we all have a breaking point, but with proper care and development, we can expand our capacity to handle stress. The author shares several compelling stories from his clinical practice, including one about a client named Sarah, who lost her high-powered job during a company downsizing. Initially, Sarah viewed this setback as a catastrophic event that defined her worth. She spent weeks in a state of despair, questioning every career decision she'd ever made. Through applying the principles of resilience, she gradually shifted her perspective to see the job loss as a challenging but temporary situation, eventually using it as an opportunity to pursue a career change she had been considering for years. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but through deliberate practice of the cognitive behavioral techniques outlined in the book. Sarah's story illustrates a crucial point. Resilience isn't about immediate recovery. It's about the journey of rebuilding and learning from adversity. One of the core concepts Neenan introduces is the ABC model of resilience: adversity, beliefs, and consequences. When we face adversity, it's not the event itself that determines our emotional response, but rather our beliefs about the event. For instance, if you fail an important presentation at work, believing "I'm completely incompetent" will lead to very different consequences than thinking "this was a setback I can learn from." The author emphasizes that resilient thinking isn't about positive thinking. It's about realistic thinking that acknowledges difficulties while maintaining a problem-solving mindset. He provides numerous examples of how this plays out in real life, from relationship challenges to professional setbacks, showing how different belief systems can lead to vastly different outcomes in similar situations. Neenan explains that developing resilience involves building what he calls psychological muscles. Just as physical muscles grow stronger through regular exercise and proper recovery, our capacity for resilience strengthens through consistent practice and reflection. This includes developing skills like emotional regulation, flexible thinking, and maintaining perspective during difficult times. The author provides examples of how small daily challenges can serve as opportunities to practice these skills, rather than waiting for major life events to test our resilience. For instance, dealing with a delayed commute, handling a minor disagreement with a colleague, or adapting to unexpected changes in plans can all serve as workout sessions for our resilience muscles. The book delves deep into the importance of developing a resilient mindset through what Neenan calls cognitive reframing. This involves learning to look at situations from multiple perspectives and finding alternative interpretations of events. He shares the story of Tom, a business owner who faced bankruptcy after 10 years of running a successful company. Instead of viewing it as the end of his career, Tom reframed the situation as a valuable learning experience that would make him a more savvy entrepreneur in his next venture. This shift in perspective didn't change the practical challenges Tom faced, but it dramatically affected his ability to cope and move forward constructively. Tom eventually started a new business, applying the lessons learned from his previous failure to build an even more successful enterprise. A particularly valuable insight from the book is the concept of resilient self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves during difficult times can either enhance or diminish our resilience. Neenan provides extensive examples of how to transform self-defeating internal dialogue into more constructive conversations. Instead of saying, "I can't handle this," a resilient person might say, "This is tough, but I've gotten through difficult situations before." Instead of, "Everything is falling apart," they might say, "This is a challenging period, but it's temporary, and I can take steps to improve it." This isn't about denying reality or suppressing negative emotions, but about maintaining a sense of capability even while acknowledging challenges. The author also explores the role of social support in building resilience. While many people think of resilience as a purely individual trait, Neenan argues that knowing when and how to seek support is actually a key component of resilient behavior. He describes how resilient individuals tend to have strong social networks and aren't afraid to ask for help when needed. This doesn't mean depending on others to solve our problems, but rather understanding that seeking support and perspective from others can enhance our own coping abilities. Another crucial aspect of resilience that Neenan discusses is the ability to accept and learn from failure. He introduces the concept of productive failure, the idea that failures, when approached with the right mindset, can become valuable learning experiences. The book includes several case studies of individuals who initially viewed their failures as devastating, but eventually used them as stepping stones to greater success. This section particularly emphasizes the importance of maintaining a growth mindset and viewing challenges as opportunities for development rather than as definitive judgments of our worth or abilities. The book also addresses the relationship between resilience and perfectionism. Neenan explains how perfectionist tendencies can actually undermine resilience by setting unrealistic standards and making it harder to bounce back from setbacks. He provides strategies for developing what he calls healthy striving, maintaining high standards while accepting that perfection is neither possible nor necessary. This includes learning to celebrate progress rather than demanding perfection, and understanding that setbacks and mistakes are normal parts of any growth process. Now let me share the 5 most important takeaways from the book and how you can start implementing them today. First, embrace the discomfort of challenges. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, start viewing them as opportunities to build your resilience. Today, tackle one small task you've been putting off, and notice how you handle the associated stress. Keep a journal of these experiences, noting both your immediate reactions and how you manage to work through the discomfort. Over time, you'll start to see patterns in your response to challenges and can work on improving your coping strategies. Second, practice cognitive reframing. When facing a setback, challenge yourself to find 3 different perspectives on the situation. Write them down and consider how each perspective might influence your response. For example, if you miss out on a promotion, you might view it as a failure, as feedback on areas you need to develop, or as an opportunity to explore other career paths. Each perspective opens up different possibilities for action and growth. Third, develop supportive self-talk. Start monitoring your internal dialogue during stressful situations. When you catch yourself in negative self-talk, pause and rephrase your thoughts in a more balanced, constructive way. Create a list of go-to phrases that help you maintain perspective during difficult times. Practice these regularly so they become your default response during challenging situations. Fourth, build your problem-solving skills. Break down larger challenges into smaller, manageable steps. Today, take one problem you're facing and write out 3 specific actions you can take to address it. Focus on what's within your control and start with the smallest, most manageable step. This builds confidence and momentum while making seemingly overwhelming challenges more approachable. Fifth, maintain perspective through adversity. Create a resilience resume listing past challenges you've overcome. Reference this when facing new difficulties to remind yourself of your capacity to handle tough situations. Include not just the challenges themselves, but also the specific skills and strategies you use to overcome them. This creates a personal toolkit you can draw from in future difficult situations. Additionally, invest in building and maintaining supportive relationships. Make a list of people you can turn to for different types of support: emotional, practical, or professional. Strengthen these relationships during good times so you feel comfortable reaching out during challenges. Remember that seeking support is a sign of resilience, not weakness. Practice setting realistic expectations and boundaries. Start saying no to commitments that stretch you too thin and learn to distinguish between high standards and perfectionism. Set goals that challenge you while remaining achievable, and celebrate progress rather than demanding perfection. Develop regular stress management practices. This might include exercise, meditation, journaling, or any activity that helps you maintain emotional balance. The key is consistency. These practices build your resilience baseline, making you better equipped to handle major challenges when they arise. If you've made it to the end of this summary, you're clearly committed to strengthening your mental resilience. The complete audiobook is linked in the description below if you want to dive deeper into these concepts. If this summary resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Drop "resilient mind" in the comments to let me know you watched until the end. I'll do my best to like each and every one of your comments. Until next time, remember that resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about learning to stand back up stronger each time.